I'm an absolutist when it comes to freedom of speech and comedians saying what they want on stage, but I'm actually more interested in figuring out why they're saying that. What's happening, Tyrone?
I'm good, brother. Oh, there you are. I was trying to get you.
I feel like I match the couch.
Yeah, you know what? We gotta get you on the couch. Could I say that? You did 4 nights in Toronto and never decided to come by here once.
Was I welcome? Was I welcome?
Bro, you are the man. You are so welcome.
Thank you.
I listen. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Amazing tour. 160 shows, 4 of which here in this beautiful city called Toronto.
Yeah.
And now a Netflix special. So.
And I did it in the most Canadian way possible. It was in a hockey rink. We did it at a hockey arena.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Just before you popped up, I was like, "Wait, what venue did you do?" I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
Yeah.
So yeah, very Canadian.
Yeah, but it was also humbling at the same time. I was like, "Wow, we're doing a hockey arena. This is where the Maple Leafs play," and they're like, "Not quite."
Not exactly, right?
Not exactly. Yeah, not exactly.
Like when they first started, anyhow. So you were right. You were right. Yeah. Okay, so what can you tell us about this special? I don't know what I'm allowed to talk about. What we're not.
You can talk about any. Yeah, man. It's streaming. It's live. Get into it. Give away the spoilers. Yeah.
Dude, it is so good. The way you go at the MDs versus the DOs.
Yep.
Incredible.
We dive right into hot water by very niche physician humor.
I want to ask you about the significance of the title, King's Jester.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you, and how do you arrive at that? Because watching the special, we realized that your titles, you put a lot into the titles. Patriot Act, for example.
Totally. So for me, my first special on Netflix was Homecoming King, and it really was like a coming of age story. It really was my introduction to America and the world, and I wanted to paint the picture of what New Brown America was, what it was like for a lot of us kids growing up, and to really paint that picture through storytelling. Now with the King's Jester, it's picking up where that show left off, but also the reason why the show is called The King's Jester is the stories I tell about me going at dictators, autocrats, powerful people, and how far I'm willing to go as a comedian is really similar to the ancient tradition of kings having jesters perform for them. And jesters serve this powerful thing in society where they're allowed to speak the truth and they're allowed to say things to dictators and autocrats and the king. But as they say in King Lear, the king shouldn't hurt the jester because it would be cruel to kill the fool. They remind him of that, right? And so one of the things that I thought that was really powerful about the role of the jester, specifically in even Shakespeare's work, is he's acutely aware of what the line is. And so much of what I had to come to terms with, for me,
what's that line?
What's your line? You know, we talk about freedom of speech. You're allowed to say whatever you want, but there are consequences for what you say. And they tell comedians all the time, you should push the envelope, but sometimes the envelope does push back. And I had to come to terms with that and figure out how far am I willing to push it for things that really matter to me in my life, like my marriage and my family.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate this special, especially the way in which you approached it, the way in which you got to that specific point about the line. You know, at first you start off light and becoming a new father and again, and the responsibility of a husband, but then how that weighs against this line that you have to make professionally.
Right.
It's so responsible. It's still so funny. And so for me, it really puts the pressure on other comedians who don't necessarily subscribe to that.
Oh, wow. Thank you, man.
No, it's real.
For me, the thought process is this. It's funny enough, it was my birthday a week ago. I'm now 37. I'm like entering this new chapter of my life. But one of the things that I really think about as I mature as an artist is I try to ask myself, why do I believe what I believe? So I'm an absolutist when it comes to freedom of speech and comedians saying what they want on stage, but I'm actually more interested in figuring out why they're saying that. Are you saying this as a reactionary thing, as a knee-jerk thing, as a desire to just be a provocateur, or do you really believe it? Do you believe it and you want to live with the blowback regardless? You would say it on the in the town square or on Twitter. You don't care. This is like an ontologically true statement that you stand behind. And so for me, that's really what I wanted to stand by in every sentence of the special, of like, I believe this and I want to put this on wax.
The way you just explained it, you did it almost that way for dummies. You know how they used to have those books like whatever subject for dummies? You did that in such a way where everybody can understand that. It's not just for impact.
Oh, thanks,
man. But this is, you know, like
I got my Mr. Rogers jacket on, so I'm here to
I love
to teach.
It's almost like the Tekashi 6ix9ine versus Tupac. You know, Tupac said some things, but he meant those things, and they meant something
to him.
Tekashi just out here talking for views and likes and comments. Give them all. To me.
yeah, totally. And look, one of the things I talk about in the special is on my worst days. Yeah, I took my Kanye juice that morning and I flipped the table, and I want to say those things. But you can do the right thing for the wrong reasons. And I think that's something that, you know, I specifically dealt with being a person in the public eye. But now that we're all on social media, we're all celebrities with followers. And the things that we're doing is, you know, a lot of times, whether it's posting a vacation photo or changing an image of ours on Instagram, we're signaling something to people. And one of the things my wife really checked me on, because she's a private person, is would you still say and do these things if I took your iPhone away? And that's real. That's real.
That's so real.
Yeah. And
would you say that?
Go ahead.
You mentioned your wife quite a bit.
Yeah.
Would you say that she is on your board more than just your sounding board, like on your board, you know, to make those decisions before you come to us?
Totally. Yeah, man. So when I'm open micing, this is a kind of a, you know, just funny secret. When I'm open micing and putting the show together, and I'm doing them in small black box theaters, the deal we've made with each other is, she goes, hey, look, if there's 100 people or less and nobody's recording, I'll work out the story, work out the material. But if you're going to put it on Netflix, you're going to start doing it in theaters, we're going to, hey, let me be the editor. So she's my Simon & Schuster editor to the act.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
And candidly, man, like, I want to respect that and honor that. Like, that's really important to me. And that is, she does really serve as kind of like a bumper guard. So there's lines in the special that she wrote. So she's kind of a co-writer, but she's not.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, she's not in the WGA, but no, like she really is like, hey, yeah, that is what I mean, and say it this way. And I want to respect and honor that, you know?
There's so much I want to say to you. I only got 1 minute left.
All right.
We're mad that you didn't choose to shoot your special in Toronto, since we gave you 4 sold-out shows. But
no,
hey,
I got it. By the way, Toronto's like my second favorite city in the world after New York.
Perfect. We love you for that.
All right.
Haunted Mansion. Jared Leto, Jamie Lee Curtis, Winona Ryder, Canada's own Dan Levy. Anything you can mention quickly about that?
Man, the movie's going to be great. Justin Simeon's an incredible director. I had a lot of fun shooting it in Atlanta. And my scene is with Danny DeVito and the brilliant Lakeith Stanfield. So I can't wait for y'all to see it. And I hope Disney does the premiere at the Haunted Mansion so I can take my kids.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And congrats on everything with the new family and the new tour and the new show.
Appreciate you, man.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Take care.
Blessings, bro.
Like the video? Then hit the button, or better yet, drop us a comment. Then check out our latest videos here. And don't forget to subscribe by hitting the button here for more celebrity interviews and entertainment news.